why don't we move the pocket and, put one of our, best guys on one of their guys and let them win. So Doug and I discussed it, and he was all for it. So.
When you guys make that play, make that decision, what's going through your mind as you go to the line of scrimmage there, you snap and you roll out there?
Really just reading body language. It's really, there's two routes. Golden's primary. So it's really just, let him win. And, it's really a simple play. And he did a great job of really selling his route, hesitation, and getting out. And he's got great hands, as you can see. And he made a lot of big plays for us tonight.
Who's secondary? Is it Nelson or Alshon?
Alshon.
Was it the same play from the Macklin touchdown?
Similar but different. It's not the same one, but it's similar concept with just a route, working on versus man and getting out of the break.
Nick, what was your message to the team in the huddle on that prior to that final drive?
I mean, it's like we always talk about, just staying in the moment. That's been what I've been focusing on. That's what we've been focusing on. It was a crazy game. That's a tremendous team. Playing here, this is a crazy place to play. And, our defense did an amazing job tonight, really keeping us in it. The first half was, we struggled on offense. I struggled through a couple picks. But, the last drive was really just stay in the moment, let's play the play, let's just keep going, let's march. We didn't have to do anything too crazy. We just needed to play. And we were able to settle down the second half and make some plays. And, it was a huge team win for us.
You talk about staying in the moment. Do you say to yourself at any point as you're in this high-pressure situation that I've been here before, I did this last year on the biggest stage, this is
not really that. More so, just what I learned on those stages is just how to calm myself in a chaotic moment. When there's from the outside world, it's a ton of pressure, and just really simplifying it in my head, getting in the huddle, looking at the guys that I trust, know that it's all on the line for us, and we're just going to get the job done. It's just belief in one another. So that's just from being around these guys, having the relationship. And that's what wins games in the fourth quarter is we talk about brotherhood, going to work every single day. The game wasn't going great in the first half offensively, but our defense was keeping us in it, and they just kept coming to sidelines. We got you. We're going to get you the ball back. And there was never, and I always talk about they never turn, they never, get upset. They just had our back, and it was ultimately a great team win.
In the final minute, did you have any flashbacks to your first playoff game when you left the field with the lead and then the big return and the game-winning field goal?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely some similarities there. That definitely came into my mind a little bit, but, we were fortunate. Parkey's an amazing kicker. He's one of the best in the league, and I said it earlier, he makes that 99 out of 100 times. We were just fortunate that was the one he missed.
Nick, how important is it when you're in the huddle in that situation that the other guys in the huddle see you calm and see you kind of composed and not showing any signs of?
Yeah, I mean, it's always important. It's always important to be genuinely that way. They can see through it if you're faking it. So, but I draw my strength from, those guys in the huddle, just look in their eyes, the belief they have, not only in me, but in one another. And knowing that, this was a crazy game. There's a lot of adversity. I mean, this is one of the most hostile environments I've played in. Their fans came out, and, we still had a lot of support here too, but it was I'll sleep well tonight for sure.
Nick, Doug said earlier that on first and second down, this handoffs to Sproles, there was the kill, and the sprint out was the play there. Why'd you stay with the runs?
The look that they gave us was the look that we wanted for the run. It wasn't the kill look.
What was the where you had the Philly special look, but you just had the direct snap?
Yeah, it was just.
What's that play called?
Well, it didn't work, so I don't know if they want me saying it, but I'm gonna keep that one to myself.
What's going on? What's clicking with this team now over these past few weeks?
It's just been the course of the year. Just finding the DNA of the team, we've gone through a lot as a team, and we've continued to stick together. Everyone at the NovaCare facility just keeps believing in one another, and it just takes time. And I think the big thing is it's about relationships. It's about believing in one another. In the hard times, it's easy to pat each other on the back when things are going well. It's, hey, when things aren't going well, or, I throw a couple picks, what's going to happen? And, what happened today was I threw a couple picks, made a couple mistakes, but the other guys were there to be there for me, lift me up. Defense said they got me, and that's what this team's about.
You and Alshon seem to have a really good connection most of the time. Obviously, he played here before. Did you sense that this game meant anything different, obviously, beyond a playoff game, anything for him?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime you play against your former team, you obviously go out there and you focus and you want to play, but yeah, there's always something. There's always added something, and I knew that going in here, coming back to Chicago, where he was an elite receiver when he was here. That's emotional, but he always comes ready to play, and he's a big time player.
What was the play on the 3rd and 9 that you completed to him down to the 2? And what was he the first read there?
Yeah, I mean, you're sort of reading through an area, but, you're reading defenders on that one, just the way they coverage, but you really want to get it to him. So the way the defenders reacted to the concept, it opened up nicely for him.
You kind of said before that, every game you play now could be your last in Eagles jersey. Does that go through your mind at all, especially going into this series?
Not really in the last series. It's more so when I sit in the locker room, after a game. I always try to take a moment and just sit there and just reflect because, you're enjoying it with your teammates, but it's also you're giving everything you have. And I realized then that I'm blessed to be able to wear this jersey at least one more week. And that's something that, I get to play with these guys one more week. I get to be with the coaches one more week. And that's something that's really, I look forward to, and I'm blessed to be a part of it.
Nick, I know you didn't play in the game, but what did you notice from your teammates after the New Orleans loss the first time, and what are your thoughts about the opportunity to have a rematch?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the first time New Orleans came out and, they did a really good job versus us. It wasn't a good game for us, but at the same time, the thing that impresses me about my team is even in those moments where, it wasn't a good game for us, we still stuck together. So it's going to be a tall task this week. New Orleans is, they had a bye week. They're a tremendous team. They had an amazing season, but, I love these guys that I get to go play with. I know we're ready for this week. Just one day at a time. Now we get to go back home, get a little sleep, get our bodies ready, and get ready to roll again.
You haven't practiced with Golden Tate very much because you came in late in the season, but how many times do you think you practiced that play with him?
That one, once or twice. So I just, I read body language, and it comes down to trusting your guy to get open. And, he came out big tonight. I mean, he's a playmaker. He made some great catches, and he's really helped us a lot. He's coming along.
Hey, Nick, you've had a few games earlier in your career where you had those interceptions early and the result wasn't what it was tonight. What was different for you? Are you a different quarterback now in those situations?
Yeah, I think that those games are tough when you make mistakes early that hurt your team, and, it can affect you because you want to go out there and you want to help. And I think sometimes you can start forcing it. You can be a little gun-shy. As a younger player, but what I've learned is I talk about staying in the moment, good or bad. If I throw a couple touchdowns early, still it's 0-0. Just keep playing. This, unfortunately, made a couple mistakes, but still the same thing. Hey, just get back. It's 0-0. Just play. Trust your teammates. Play. So, yeah, absolutely. I pull on things that I've learned. I'm always learning. I learned a lot about myself tonight. I learned a lot about my teammates, and that's where we continue to grow as a team. And that's that y'all keep asking me every week, like, what's gelling? It's this continual growth through these games that we go through that really helps our team mesh, and we continue to grow tonight.
We have time for two more.
Eddie Jackson didn't play. Did you sense that maybe in the middle of the field there was a little more room than there might normally be?
They did a great job. He's a great player. I think they did that defense. The thing that impressed me on film was obviously their front, but the way they can move their coverages and disguise their coverages. And I thought they do it amongst the best I've ever played against. They did a really good job tonight, even without him out there.
How'd you feel physically? How'd you come out with the ribs?
I feel good. We gave it everything we had tonight. So like I said, we'll sleep good. All right, thank y'all.